Okay, moving on to other torts. Let's start with nuisance. There's private nuisance, which is the unreasonable interference with the use and enjoyment, and that's under the objective standard. Public nuisance involves unreasonable interference to public. The claim is normally brought by a government official, and private plaintiffs must prove special damages, like contaminated water or electric lines that are coming from a nuclear power plant or something like that. Next topic is defamation. Defamation requires a false statement about the plaintiff that hurts the reputation, must be a publication, and there must be damages. A publication occurs when the false statement is heard and understood by third persons to be about the plaintiff. Libel is written or printed, and there's no special pecuniary damages. Slander is spoken, and you must prove special damages. In cases of slander per se, damages are presumed. If 1, it's about a profession or a business; 2, the chastity of a woman; 3, crime of moral turpitude; or 4, loathsome diseases. Defamation of a private individual, the standard of proof is negligence. Defamation of a public figure, standard of proof is actual malice, knowledge, or disregard of the truth. Here's some defenses to defamation. Truth is an absolute defense to defamation, and 2, privileges. Number 1, the truth. Number 2, privileges. The first privilege is absolute privilege, which is a statement made in the course of official proceedings that are protected, like court appearances, government officials yelling at each other, etc. Number 2, the second type of privilege is qualified privilege, and that is a statement when a statement appears necessary to protect the defendant or the public interest, and it's honest and reasonable. Some examples of that is a request to make a statement on your behalf, or a letter of recommendation, character reference, something like that. All right, moving on. Invasion of privacy. That occurs when someone lies on you, basically false light, and that's to portray someone in a false light. So don't confuse with defamation. Defamation equals bad. False light is just not true. Appropriation is another tort, and that's an unauthorized use of likeness or image for profit. Think of the just celebrities suing people for their name, images, and likenesses, etc. Public disclosure occurs when there's a private matter and it's not newsworthy. So things you put out there yourself, or like the Kardashians, that's public disclosure. Intrusion upon seclusion, that's a physical invasion of a private space. So, I'm digging through your trash, etc., etc., etc. Misrepresentation occurs. Basically, misrepresentation is fraud. Intentional misrepresentation is the misrepresentation of material fact. Scienter, with the intent to induce reliance. Number 4, you must rely. And number 5, there must be damages. Negligent misrepresentation occurs when there's negligence, there's a special relationship, there's detrimental reliance, and there's damages. Torturous interference with contractual relationship occurs when the contract exists, the defendant has knowledge that the contract exists, there's intentional interference, and there must be damages. Malicious prosecution. Malicious prosecution requires that there's a criminal proceeding, no probable cause, improper purpose, and then the case must be dismissed in favor of the accused. Then you can go after the prosecutor in a civil trial.